Hey there. So this all happened many years ago when I was in my early mid-20s. I was in a live-in relationship with my girlfriend Gemma and things seemed to be going pretty well. We both had our own individual bank accounts, but we also shared one joint account for shared expenses. Everything started to unravel when Gemma began taking these mysterious girls' trips. Now let me be clear, our sex life was quite healthy. So it wasn't about any lack of intimacy on my part, but you know how it is when your instincts start tingling and you can't shake off that gut feeling that something is off. The first red flag was when she asked me not to drop her off at the airport for these trips anymore, claiming she was going with her friends. Okay, fair enough, right? But it got even more suspicious when she insisted I not even drop her off at her friend's place, the one she was supposedly catching a taxi from. To top it off, she'd withdraw a hefty sum of money from our joint account every time before one of these mysterious escapades. I couldn't ignore the signs and my curiosity got the better of me. That's when the plot thickened. One day, I overheard her talking on the phone with someone who was definitely a man and not one of her girlfriends, despite her insisting it was when I asked who she was talking to. She was acting sketchy, so, armed with this newfound suspicion, I decided to do a bit of snooping in her email. And guess what? Poorly chosen passwords can be a blessing in disguise. I found email conversations between her and another guy. They had shared explicit photos with each other, and I had evidence that Gemma's girl trips were just a front for meeting up with this guy. She was cheating on me and taking the money from the joint account and depositing it straight into her own account. Fast forward to the day of her next girls trip. Gemma hopped into the shower, so I seized the opportunity to go full-on James Bond stealth mode. I rifled through her wallet, snatched up all the credit cards we jointly owned, and emptied the cash envelope. In its place, I left a little parting gift, a printout of the incriminating email with the explicit photos, complete with a heartfelt message on the back. Goodbye and good riddance. I didn't say a word, just calmly put the wallet back where I found it and waited for her to hit the road. Once she was out the door, it was game on. I withdrew money from our joint account and transferred it to my own to make up for the money Gemma had been squirreling away for herself. I started getting angry phone calls from Gemma over the weekend on her trip, which I ignored and allowed to go straight to voicemail. While she was away on her girls' trip, I took the opportunity to move out of the apartment we shared. Thankfully, the lease was only in her name. I left her some cash for the remainder of the month as rent and a little note to drive the point home. You cheat on me, I'll get at least my money back. In the end, I learned a valuable lesson about trust and the importance of standing up for myself. Thanks for listening.